I done took too many L's, told my niggas wins only, yeah. Wins only, yeah. Wins only, yeah. Wins only, yeah. Wins only, wins only. Wins only, yeah. Wins only. I done took too many L's, told my niggas wins only.
So your post got deleted off Instagram.
No, say what it wasn't deleted.
Okay.
It was deleted.
It was flagged.
Flagged.
It was taken down.
Okay.
It flagged.
And it was just a story.
So tell us why they flagged it.
Tell us what the post
What your
was.
message was. What was your post?
Well, let's see. My post was. She man, nigga had us. Yeah, right. My post said. Ooh, I probably should already had this. So okay, here we go. So my post said. Mine just was a story. I'm starting to believe that God intended for us to be alone. ... Because there's no way He wanted me to dig through these dummies to find a mate. I swear men are the worst creatures to exist on this planet. A gender that was only designed to manipulate and fuck over the other. Shaking my head. Dudes literally turn me off. Pride flag, question mark, maybe, shrug. That was the post.
So explain what's your message in that? Like, why do you feel that way?
No, y'all, I'm like, go ahead.
Was that on Instagram?
That was my story.
You wrote that
Instagram.
on Instagram?
Yeah, it was my Instagram.
That was Instagram.
But it was just a story.
Okay, so go ahead, explain it.
No, y'all, go ahead and pick it apart. I know you want to.
No. Before you guys go, I want to hear from you. Like, what's your dialogue?
Yeah,
what's your mind?
What was the meaning of it?
Please respond. Okay, so you know what the meaning is based on, it's pretty plain as day. Also, too, the reason why it was not elaborated on the way it probably should have been is because it is a story. So just like Twitter, you got like a little bit of room to get a lot out. Mm-hmm. But I said all that to say, one, I was aggravated, and two, I've been aggravated. I think a lot of what we are seeing right now is a lot of men and women being extremely annoyed with one another. Specifically, American men, American women, black men, black women, and that's just kind of the narrative. And I just felt like, shit, at this point, I'm just over it. That was my.
You want to be gay? That's what you say.
I didn't say I want to be gay, but it was just saying like, what is the purpose of a man? Like,
in a response to that, I have to say like, you made a statement talking about the whole male gender.
Yes, I did.
And you have not been exposed to the whole male gender. Because I know that you probably
it's all going on down there.
But see, you can too if you go online and look up books and look at, research. Like, it's only so many certain, functions that this, anatomy only, holds. But I'm just saying, you probably have standards. Now, do you date inside your race?
Yeah.
Okay, do you date outside your race?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any races, don't have to name them, do you have any races that come to mind that you would not date? Because of the, practices and culture that they have.
Asian, Hispanic.
Okay, I didn't ask you to name them.
Why?
No. She named one specific culture, and no offense to our Asian brothers out there, right there, you probably can still swindle her, you sit here and swoop off her feet, but I'm saying this. You already have a standard of male that you don't even want to interact with. So how you gonna blame the whole males when if you're not even exposed to the Asian male population, how you gonna blame them? How you gonna blame a population of men that you haven't even encountered yet? You have not encountered most of us here doing well for ourselves. We're not millionaires, billionaires. We're not men who can provide an unfathomable amount of money to provide. We're also in a city where the general, you go by statistics, by numbers, you're not going to find too many men who are of a standard of maybe like finances that you are used to. But at the same time, you can still find men, in my opinion, I'm not of, I'm a heterosexual male, but I'm still saying that of the men that I know, there's still a lot of men out here who want to take care and love on women. I don't think it's fair for the post that I saw that you saved to you articulate that the men as a whole gender is a problem.
But I think what her thing was is, and I'm gonna let you.
Yeah, because I'm responding because I have to respond to him. Then okay.
I think the impression that I get is more of her experience, and it's more of not lashing out on all men But I think from her experience and the type of men that she's dealt with, this is what I got from the post, is that the men that I've dealt with, the man that you're explaining, the man that you're.
And please, guys, let me say something after when she.
The man that you're explaining, I think what she's saying is just it's so far and few in between. Like it's hard to find that in today's time. I think it's hard. Like if I were in the dating pool, I think I would be like.
And what you said though is a perfect example because you said the men she's dealt with. And her statement that she read that we all saw, she said a male gender. She did not put the men that she has dealt with.
Okay.
She said I'm not trying to blame her for the way she articulated her words. I'm just saying I'm not blaming her or condemning her for her words. I'm not telling her that she needs to articulate her statement even in a better situation because I can still read in between the lines and understand where she's coming from. Because you're describing it in what I feel is a better description of what she's saying. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, like you said, what she's dealt with. She hasn't dealt with all kinds of men.
I got a question.
What?
So therefore, her statement, in my opinion,
I got a question.
Should be not just say invalid. It should just be reworded so we can understand. Because my only problem with her statement.
What's his question?
My only problem with her statement is that she worded it in a way where she blames the whole gender of men instead of blaming, like you said, another woman who understands it's the men that she's been around and exposed to. Now, once again, Teddy, I'm not trying to put, you're a married man with that. You are part of the male gender though. So why is she saying that you ain't shit when you literally
He may not have been at one point in his life.
But that does not compute, so that's why I have an issue with her saying the whole gender. You gotta say the men like you said.
I didn't respond.
No, you gotta say the whole gender. You gotta be specific. Be specific. That's it. Be specific.
Y'all ain't allow me to respond. Okay, because I have to. You're not.
First of all,
hold on. Ask your question, Jesus, and then we're gonna go back to Kirsten.
I don't know. I just want to ask this question. Have you ever seen a nigga this disgruntled to be like, these bitches ain't shit? On a grand mass scale, you not gonna see it. You know why?
Now you will.
No, the fuck you won't. Not as much as you
When
see
they
the other
16
shit.
is,
You
the 16 and 18, you will.
Let me respond now. That's the problem right now.
We're gonna go back to
You
Kirsten.
not gonna see it.
Okay, let me respond. Shush.
What? I ain't gonna get into the shit.
Damn, y'all been 10 minutes. Come on. Now,
Man,
what
go
you gotta say?
ahead.
What you gotta say? Okay, let me respond. First and foremost, let me respond to his statement.
I ain't even saying shit but one thing.
He didn't finish. Oh my God, finish. Let him finish.
Jesus, and then we're gonna move on to Kirsten.
Yeah. Okay, right. Alright. You ain't gonna never see a nigga or niggas
A man.
or a man say this on a grand scale.
Yes, you do.
A nigga ain't gonna be like, I'm questioning all women on the
I
planet
see
whether
it.
to go gay or not. And put a fucking flag up there. A nigga is not gonna do it, right?
Just going to let the
Yeah, because y'all don't have to. Y'all
At the end of the day, cuz, if you foul it out on men, you gotta look at your motherfucking self.
Okay,
And
Kirsten. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Kirk.
I mean, that's fair for everybody. That's fair for everybody.
God damn.
I know I hurt y'all little feelings. Let me get y'all.
You ain't hear my songs. I'm good.
Let me get y'all first and foremost, as I stated previously, this was my story. Meaning this is already my experience because it was my story. Which stories, I know y'all know this because y'all don't be on social media, but stories are like your personal things, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. Okay,
on Instagram.
Second of all, I believe the statement said, I'm starting to believe. I swear
That's
that
your
means.
belief.
So let's see.
Wait.
That's your belief.
What does I mean? Let's go back to school.
No, let's talk about belief.
Hold on now.
Let's
What
talk about
I mean?
belief.
I
Let's talk about belief.
think I is singular, right? Is it
Yeah, but I
not?
think
So,
belief
yeah, I
is a
believe.
little deeper.
I feel no, but you're skipping words. you gotta go back to school. You gotta start from the beginning of the sentence.
So the second, so I can't start with the second one. I start first.
So if I say I believe.
So I know that you believe.
You
believe.
I believe.
You believe.
But okay. So now that I've gotten y'all grammatically together, let's focus on the actual.
You, she believes.
But let's focus at the point at hand. You also said something that a woman finding. Women do not find anything. I attract. So let's get that together.
So you attract shitty men.
Let me finish. It doesn't mean I attract shitty men. Kirsten's friend, Kirsten's relatives, everybody who I have seen relationships from whatever perspective.
Do this first.
Have all attracted different kinds of men. I've attracted different. What is that? What?
Accountability. Do this.
Okay.
Hold it on your head while you're saying.
But you know what's so funny is that this panel is a perfect example of my point. Men, you guys struggle, in my opinion, in today's time with courtship. The reason why I say that is because there are so many podcasts out right now, which, hey, it's good. Y'all get an opportunity to speak y'all positions and all that stuff. You said something like, oh, you'll never hear a man say, I hate all women. That's literally all you're hearing in different contexts. Men are spending so much time these days complaining about a woman this, a woman that, and all y'all do this, y'all do not a woman vibrates off of what energy you give her in the first
totally
encounter.
Wrong.
Meaning that when you come
that's totally wrong.
Hold on, shut up. A lot of men, you have to pick their brain first and foremost, even to see where their mental is. They're not even being straightforward or specific about their intention. It's always this bullshit. And even if it ain't, it still somehow equivalates to bullshit. I'm saying that as a man, because you always preach that you're this man, and I give you that. You're a masculine.
You looking at him or you looking at all of us? I'm trying to see you looking at me.
But I'm focusing on him. You're a masculine. You are a force.
I want to say something.
Okay. I'm trying to give him a compliment. Okay. You are a force, Chris. You are energy. So I'm saying that when you meet a woman and you court a woman, if men, y'all stop trying to be womanizers, or I'm not saying all y'all, but limit yourself to a specific focus, a specific perspective of a woman that you're interested in. That will eliminate you having to spread your attention to people that you're not interested in. Which leaves a lot. Okay, hold on. Yes, it is. What I'm trying to say, you said that's not the nature of a man. There are many men in different cultures, including our culture, who believe in finding something that they desire. Why waste your energy on things you do not desire? My point is that if you come into a situation as this force of this wonderful man that God made you to be, and you court a woman with that same energy, she is going to match you. I don't give a fuck who she is. If she is interested, she will fall into her feminine energy that we talk about, and she will be your pair. But the problem is you got so many men. I see posts all the time, men talking about, well, if he got all that energy to ignore you, then he don't want you anyway. What's the fucking point of wasting your time talking to women you don't give a motherfucker about?
I have a question.
It's a game. No, it's a big, I love all you guys here, but it's a whole fucking, it's a disadvantage because it happens with our brothers, but it's a goddamn game that's being played where y'all just feel like y'all just want to spread dick around the country, and it's just like, that's the reason why some people so fucking mad, because y'all ain't got no motherfucking accountability.
Okay, now I have a question for you. Since you said all of that, and from what I'm receiving, right, you said about a man, his intentions is spreading his dick around or whatever like that. All right, now if you have a situation with a female that you've been dealing with for years, not no fuck or some shit, like y'all never had sex.
Hey, hold up.
Hold on.
Years. Never had sex.
Years. Now, once again, now some people be like, sex doesn't matter, but it's like y'all have had that type of relationship where it's like y'all know each other mentally, physically, like you know her traumas, she know your traumas. Y'all done cried together, like y'all done had them like serious moments. Like y'all done known each other for past 10 years, right? Okay. Now I'm saying we're not even acknowledging as a relationship. It's a relationship where
it's a friendship.
Y'all not you're not friends. Y'all y'all like each other, but because y'all understand how each other is and how each other's life is right now. The coming together of y'all as like a boyfriend-girlfriend unit, y'all did that at one time, but once...
I need you to say, okay, I'm gonna back up. Explain. Okay. No, I'm asking for a genuine explanation. Okay, so you're saying y'all are not friends.
You're not strict on friends. You're not strict on friends.
Okay,
y'all all friends.
Y'all are not friends. Y'all are quote-unquote allegedly not fucking y'all were dating at one point, and
y'all are not. Y'all, this is not a situation where this is not a situation where y'all are strictly friends. This is a situation where y'all have established the friendship category of like relationships where it's like, you know, y'all best friends where y'all can tell each other shit where it's like y'all literally all where y'all like. And I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about y'all relationships.
But what are you saying? Like,
Okay, I'm trying to get to the point of what she said. I'm trying to get that she asked me a question. I'm trying to answer it. She asked me a question and I'm trying to answer it.
He's explaining the complicated bullshit.
No.
That is a relationship.
I'm asking.
2022.
Okay, so I'm asking in terms of what she said, right? Now she said about like a relationship about spreading the dick everywhere and all this that and the third. The man's mindset is that y'all two are like y'all know each other. The man wants to be there. He wants to put a ring on that finger, right? He wants to commit to that woman.
But I don't think that's always
But you ain't in a relationship.
No. It's not. Hold on. It's not about it being the case. I'm saying it in terms of what she said because she's saying what men wants to do. She's saying what the generic man wants to do. So I'm trying to add a counter argument where it's like a general man.
You're failing.
Like, cause I'm saying I didn't even finish the situation though.
Every nigga on the set put an A on their head right quick.
She said a situation where every man is in a situation where he wants to spread his penis and he doesn't want to have.
So you describing a cow?
Hold up, I'm not finished explaining the ass what my point is. She asked me a question. I'm trying to answer.
We gotta get there.
She said, let me finish.
Okay.
She said, what's your point? My point is, a man is spreading his dick around, whatever like that. I'm saying that a man can sit here and come on the same terms as she said about loving and caring about that. But the instance I'm saying is, well, when he comes on the same type of time that you said,
stop interrupting him. Let me continue.
he comes on the same type of time where female technically would be coming out like, I'm fucking with you for the whole time. I learned you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Hold on, ass. My whole thing is. She said that niggas, like that dudes do not care and all that about that, and dudes are not sitting here taking in consideration about, you know, courtship or whatever. But I'm like, when a dude has sit here and then has been transparent, giving his all to sit here, not just sit here and spread his dick to multiple females. He's literally saying like, shit, if I'm not fucking you, I'm not fucking nobody else. And he wants to marry you. It's not fair. I didn't finish yet. It's not fair.
You describing what we already know.
No,
a man who.
But I didn't.
Hold on. I just gotta hear.
As long as y'all see,
I'm telling y'all. This is what these men. This is what these men.
I have not finished.
This is what these men are telling y'all. We gonna be friends, but we not friends. I love y'all, will marry you, but I don't really want to do it right now.
No.
Think about stuff. Cause I'm through some shit, but I really like you, and we know each other.
No, I'm trying to get to the point that we're not just friends. I'm trying to marry you. I'm trying to put a ring on your finger. I'm telling you.
Right.
And once again, once I do this, my bad. Like she was my bad. Like my bad. Once I do this to you, right? This is my thing. She's saying that from my perspective, she's saying that dudes is not doing this to them. When I'm saying that, I'm not sticking my dick in nobody else. Baby, I love you. You was the best. You was everything I want in a woman. Like, she's saying, dude, it's not like that. She's saying, to my perspective, she's saying dudes is not like that. And then if a dude gets to that point, he has done something in his past to make her say, no, I don't want to accept this because I can't believe none of it. I'm saying my perspective. I'm saying if a dude comes on like, hey, baby, I want to marry you. Since I met you, you've been my best friend. You've been my friend, my best friend, a girlfriend, or what? Like, I want to make this official. I'm saying he just did it, and if she say no, then what?
But it's a lot of men like, man, fuck these bitches, nigga, my motherfucker. It's a disconnect, and it's okay. You can disagree, but it's pretty clear the marriage rates are depleting, the divorce rates are up. So you tell me what the fuck you think going on.
And I agree with you.
Nigga, I know, nigga.
My only disagreement was about, like, not even disagreement, it's just like to understand it, because it seems like me and you, like, when I tried to describe the relationship me and that person had, it was disagreement, but we come to terms when it comes to like how each male and female come to like define a relationship. My problem was when I come on the situation like what I feel like a lot of women want, where it's like you is all I think about, you is my main goal, I want to marry you, I'm getting down on the knee, I'm telling you how, I'm giving you, you know, the speech that, you know, you see on TV. And then in reverse, like how I feel like you said, like it's like men not doing that. I'm on the reverse where it's like I done did that, and because of the situation of our relationship, not just even that one person, that's the only one where I felt like I did 100%. There's other ones where I feel like I did lower than that, but it's still, I hold it to that standard. My issue is when women feel like men don't do that, it hurts me in a certain way, not just like, you know, I was lying, but it's just like there's men out here who are really trying to get that goal. So I have an issue when you make a statement about the whole general of a man gender, when there is actual men out here showing the standard because they have a woman who deemed them to do all the things that you say that men do not do. And then there's men who's out here trying to get a woman taking the steps, because, you know, statistics gonna show anything gonna happen. Like most things is possible. So like the statistic that you have for a man, there's a man out here who's trying to do that, but at the same time, he's not being successful. So I'm keeping in line with the possibility and you know right. Fiction. But at the same time, it's always the in between where you gonna have a man who has a success story where it's like he has a wife, he has a girlfriend who, you know, have a whole good story, they have life's good, and then you're gonna have the man where it's like, you know, he courted, he is in love, but the woman is using the man. And then it's gonna be vice versa, and it's gonna be everything in between.
So what you're saying is you feel like both roles play a part.
And you cannot blame one gender for what you were exposed to.
Can you?
What point was it?
I don't know. You.
Thank you for understanding that.
Before he started, you were saying
all that shit is cap. I think we all gotta go to the source of everything. I don't give a fuck. Look, every situation got a different motherfucker.
We ain't putting it in your pocket, bro.
I am. I think every situation got a fucking different situation, right? Look, but I think at the essence of everything, we gotta go to the nature of a woman, we gotta go to the nature of a man. We never talked about the nature of a woman and the nature of a man. We always gonna fall short of all this shit. That's why we got shit like what Christian said. It ain't shit. It's her real feelings, right? And then we got shit like bruh said. It's his real feelings. They right in their own experiences, bro. But one thing we never touched on is the nature of a woman and the nature of a man. Now, I'm gonna ask the question.
We talked about it in previous episodes.
I don't never think we talked about the nature of a man.
We talked about it a long time. Feminine energy.
Nah, because if we ever talk about the nature of a man, you niggas gonna go crazy. But it's gonna be real though. So, can I ask my fellas, can we talk about the nature of a man? Can we talk about the nature of a man?
What's up, man?
Well, you have a question or you have a statement?
What's the nature of a man? What's your idea of a nature of a man?
Like different stages though, different phases that you go through.
That's a
of course.
Man, that's not a general question.
And the question you can ask yourself is, why am I attracting this type of man that's going through this phase? Like, am I like giving off pheromones, you know,
right,
of that caliber? Not pheromones isn't the right word, but am I making myself vulnerable to like prey, you know, for you to be attracting the wrong thing, like not what you want. So,
well, I think it's the opposite. I think for me, I have attracted a lot of things. I think that happens with a lot of people. You attract a lot of things, but because you are so accustomed to one thing, the one thing that you devote your attention to is the wrong thing, because you're too scared to step outside of your comfort zone. I'm currently interacting, as I stated previously, I go too far deep to somebody who's of a different culture. I would have never been comfortable enough to do that before, but I'm doing it now because I'm recognizing that the results that I'm having haven't been successful. That I don't need to turn my nose. I'm not saying you need to invite everything, but you don't need to turn your nose up at anything, because at the end of the day, you don't know what what's going to be your success story. But and that's what I mean.
All of that. My bad. Go ahead.
No,
my bad, miss.
No, what you saying?
All that got to do with just knowing your motherfucking self, though. You get what I'm saying? Hold up. You get what I'm saying? When you know yourself, you set standards for yourself, right? And when you set standards for yourself, you motherfucking, hey, this ain't it. Hey, this is cool. I can talk, like I can fuck with this shit. Nah, this ain't it. That's why when you make that statement, that's why niggas, well, I think you said it. It's what you attract. It's just what you put out there. Whatever you put out there is what stick is what's gonna stick when it's coming back. Like, you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta have standards for yourself. And when you have standards for yourself.
So let's tap into the nature, because you asked them a question about the nature of a man.
The nature of a man.
I want to hear from both of you. What's your idea? Well, first start with you. What's your idea of the nature of a man?
The nature of a man. Let's start with simple shit. Integrity. Honesty. We here to spread our seed, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna be real with you. We here to spread our seed, dog. You can look at nature and everything, dog. Like, we here to spread our seed. What I say? Integrity, honesty, spread our seed, protect us, provide us. We disposable. Like, at the drop of a dime, for what we fucking stand for and our purpose, we should be ready to live or die for. And I'm just keep it right there. I got some more, but that's as a man, that's what, like, we should never be spineless. We should be fucking erect in our motherfucking spine. We should stand on our shit.
And no, you real about that. Like, I can't even name them. You done named them all, bro. Like, real shit. Like, provider, a soul provider, bro. Like, someone like they look to you to, hey, if shit go wrong, you are the motherfucker in charge to take care of everything.
Right. And can we hold our L's up? I mean, our A's up for accountability, real quick. Most men are not honest when they engage with a woman. At first.
And that's real.
We not.
I mean, for me, as far as a man, like, you can take it as misogynistic as you want, but this is the one quote I know that's always been said: the old wise man. I haven't heard the term old wise woman, and I'm not saying that women are not wise. All I'm saying is this: a lot of men and women come to the term of old wise man. And I only say that to say this: it's a lot more pressure on the men to be wise. I'm not saying that women are not wise or not intelligible. I'm just saying it's just been determined that men, for what, even if we control the narrative.
But you know why though?
Hold on, I'm just saying that even if we control the narrative,
tell you why.
that we supposed to be the wise ones. And I feel like that situation in itself puts us in a situation that is so unique, and at the same time it's still like is a standard. We are in a situation where we're supposed to provide, lead, and be the all guiding wisdom, but at the same time we're supposed to give some type of, leeway to have our woman, have our kids, and have other people of our community, depending on what our role is in that society, to have some type of role in what we got going on. In a lot of societies, we got the man who's the ruler, not too many women rulers or whatever, and it's just the man going to dictate, and then some people, he got his advisors, and he got, goes down from there.
The advisor.
I say that to say this. Okay. When it comes to being a man, it takes a real man to understand his weaknesses and his strengths. Not every man is a leader, and not every man is a follower. Every man has a distinct role to play, but it takes a real, in my opinion, I can't think of a better word, but accountable man to understand what their role is and not be upset. It's going to be a dude that's smarter than you. It's going to be a dude that's stronger than you. But if you can always find your way to be both, or find a way to be a benefit to that, it's always a role for a man to play.
Yeah.
Not saying that it's not for women, but I'm just saying it's a role. Not every man can be an alpha. That's all I'm saying. Not every man is an alpha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Thank you for saying the word wise, bro. Because wise trickulates from wisdom. Where you get wisdom from, bro?
Knowledge.
You get wisdom and knowledge from
Experience.
brotherhood, bro. You get it from the brotherhood. When you talking about
I was
brotherhood,
gonna
bro.
say he lost me though. I was gonna say experience.
Wisdom comes
You get it from brotherhood, bro.
That's the same.
I'm explaining.
bro.
You have knowledge.
No, what he's saying is we come together and share our experiences in the brotherhood.
And watch Black Panther.
what
Watch,
you're
no. I'm explaining to you in the bare bones. At least I feel like this makes sense to me. Watch Wakanda. Watch Black Panther. There's dudes who's like a certain tribe, who's the leader of the Shield, who's the leader of like hunting, like there's different.
But okay.
But hold
back
up.
to that.
Okay,
Okay.
go. I'm just saying this. We if we know as men, when you are secure in yourself, it's like I'm not. Hold up. Okay. When I do this, and I look at another dude and his shit bigger than mine, I'm like, you stronger than me. I can be smarter than you, but you stronger than me. It takes a real man to be like, you stronger than me, and you recognize I'm smarter than you. Let's combine our strengths to make the better of the whole instead of competing with each other.
Check this out before I lose my point, though.
Go ahead.
So, when I was saying wise and wisdom,
Yeah.
when I was saying wise and wisdom of the brotherhood, man, it's like, as a man, every dude up here gonna tell you they don't know it all. So it's a source. A brotherhood it's more than just what you call a brotherhood. It's a source of power that you can go to. If you don't know nothing, you can go to your fellow brother.
God.
I'm telling you saying because you don't know the brotherhood.
No, but I'm saying.
You know, hold up.
That was God dwells in that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold up. It's the man. See, y'all not men, cause y'all don't feel what's going on. When we talking about brotherhood, it's like when we going through a certain situation. Being men, most men go through the same goddamn situation. Most men go through the same situation. If they're having problems in their relationship or anything they went through, 9 times out of 10, another nigga that went through that shit already. And he can talk to the man like, bro, I went through the same shit, bro.
Okay, but
No. See, I don't like when y'all do that. Let him go. Hold it real quick.
go ahead.
But what I was saying is, man, it's just power in brotherhood. When he said wise, it's like, go ahead, baby. Go ahead. I lost my train of thought, but go ahead. Good answer.
It's different because, like, in today's time, you got city girls raising men, and so the standards, I think, of a man is different. And you may have your brothers that you're speaking of that were raised completely different than you, that come from a completely different background than you. So I don't think that it comes from that. I think it comes from, I think I agree to a certain extent with what you're saying. But I think the sole piece of being a man is your own experience. It's your own experience. It's you being able to have street knowledge. Like, I would rather have a man that has street knowledge than book knowledge. Like, street knowledge.
If a nigga ain't never been in the street, how the fuck you gonna have street knowledge?
Street knowledge.
No, but I don't mean street knowledge you trapping. I mean street knowledge in terms of real life wisdom. What's wisdom? And I don't think
They
the
picking
wisdom.
Pookie. They picking Pookie and what's her name over you.
No, but
Hey, let me tell you
No.
something.
But I'm not speaking of trap knowledge and on the corner knowledge. I'm speaking of like true experience. experience.
Like,
Real
yeah.
experience.
Because you have to
Real life
experience.
I cannot with y'all today. They got in an uproar about me saying street knowledge. They feel that street knowledge is drugs.
Strictly for the streets.
Drugs,
Strictly
whatever.
for the streets.
My thing is real experience. Not necessarily self-experience, you experiencing for yourself, but you know how to get me out of a certain situation. So to clarify, I don't mean trap knowledge. I don't mean drugs. I don't mean mob. I mean real life experience. And I think really is more, I'm speaking more of like an A-type male, like an alpha male, like assertive. Like, so I think to go to that, it, for me, is street knowledge. So
I'm glad you made the point of the alpha male. Can we talk about beta males?
Can you give a situation?
Can we talk about alpha and beta?
What about sigmas?
Can you give a situation where a general situation, and describe how alpha would act in your opinion versus a beta would act, so we can have understanding.
It wouldn't be a
but
male.
I will say that an
Would it
alpha
be a male?
man, I will say that when an alpha man walks into the room, he owns the room.
Okay, what a beta male do?
It's not a male.
He not a male. He a beta male. I mean, he's
He a feline, probably.
Damn.
It's a lot of beta males walking around.
So
He's not a male.
So let's get back.
Oh no, my bad, man.
Let's get back to why we got here. You were saying that you feel like men get their wisdom or their knowledge from the brotherhood. What I was saying is that in today's time, that is a dangerous thing to say, because we have so many women that are not, in my mind, well suited, well rooted to raise a man, to raise children. And so now we have, like I said, city girls raising men. And so I don't feel like it's safe to say that men should get their knowledge from the brotherhood because of the times that we're in today.
Let me say something.
And so but let me finish. And so back to my point, you have men that are in a brotherhood that were raised completely different than one another. And so I feel like what you're explaining is some form of street knowledge. It's some form of it, because it's taking from experiences that everyone has, I guess, had for you to get that knowledge.
Right,
so to some degree, I think we're saying the same thing, but I don't feel like in today's time it's safe to...
Okay, this one.
Say that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because what you're not gonna do, what you're not gonna do, is gonna take away from the brother, just because a man been raised by a woman. So this is what I say. A man could be raised by a woman. It just gotta be the right woman that raised him.
Right? No, I totally disagree.
Nah. That's right, nigga.
No, it gotta be the right woman that raised him, bro.
What you mean? That's right.
Preach, Teddy.
Cause every woman ain't gonna raise a man wrong, and every woman ain't gonna raise a man right. The ones who raise a man wrong, them men ain't part of the brotherhood. That's right.
No.
So I don't get no what you call it? I don't get anything from a brother who was raised by a woman in the wrong way. A man know right from wrong. Simple. He might choose wrong, he might choose right, but he know right from wrong. If you don't know right from wrong, something wrong with you.
But I don't want... I'm sorry for this to sound this way.
Get to me.
I'm sorry for this to sound this way. But I have an issue.
They always got an issue when we talk.
I have an issue with a man telling me that he get his smarts from his boys.
Okay, that's fair. Now
I got an issue with that.
We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that.
I don't.
What you
Why?
I don't. You know why? You put the camera on me real quick. You know why? You know why? This is what we talked about in previous podcasts. This is why it's no fucking sisterhood. This is why.
What?
Hold on, let me finish. You asked this question.
I can agree with that partially. I feel like
Go ahead.
I know you're triggered.
It's your piece.
They
It's your
can't
piece.
bounce ideas off each other. You know why? Because most of them got no deductive reasoning. None of them thinking in a logical way. None of them can't dismiss. I don't give a damn. This men talk. This men is what men do. This is what men fucking do. This is what men do. We motherfuckers go with logic, deductive reasoning. We eat the fish, spit out the fucking bones. If the shit don't apply to us, the shit don't ride with us, dog. That's what real men do. So getting back to what my dog was saying. Yeah, brotherhood. You get a lot of shit from brotherhood. You get your ideas. You get your purpose, dog.
No.
Listen.
That's a problem.
Let her finish.
That's a problem.
It's not a fucking problem. You know why? You know why he said single? You know why he said what you said? Moms can't raise these sons. You know why? Cause a lot of mamas ain't gonna put the son in a predicament to be with a fucking man that can motherfucking put some game to him.
Yeah, cause you got a lot of bitch ass.
No, let me talk. But that's your fault. That's your fault. That's your fault. That's your fault. Cause you don't put these.
What they gonna get is the source. This source is what's gonna help him.
Right.
If he got a good mother that's gonna raise him.
The good mother gonna put him around motherfucking males and motherfucking men.
But that's my point.
Hold on. That's a brotherhood. That's a fucking brotherhood. That's a fucking brotherhood.
So he can get me.
My relationship with my father is a fucking brotherhood. My relationship with my brothers is a fucking brotherhood. We discover purpose. We discover purpose. We get gain from other men.
Yeah.
The wrong game. Okay.
That's the problem.
When we sit up here and present the shit to them, they ain't taking it in. You know why? Because they don't want to fucking understand. You know why they ain't got no sisterhood? If it was sisterhood here, that lady would be like, listen to that, brother. But go ahead.
Now let me get let me get my personal experience about like the situation she said. All right, now my whole thing is my parents was me as a man. My parents was married. I saw my dad as a provider. My mom didn't work a day in her fucking life for as long as I knew. My dad provided everything. He had a mother who shitted on him. Like I'm not gonna get to my people's background, but my dad is the definition of a hard ass working man. And for a woman to just keep taking from him, from what I seen, not just from like just his own mom, from his own wife, my mom, I seen women take from him. And what did he do? Fuck it, I'm a man, I'm a provider, I'm gonna keep going. I didn't sit here and get bitter from women. I didn't sit here and get mad at my nana or my mom. Right. I sat here and be like, okay, my dad made sure that whatever a woman or anybody needed from him, he had that shit and never complained about it. My only thing about coming from street knowledge, about being like learn from a man, is you have to learn from other men's experience and learn what works for you and how it faulted them. For me, my father had a failed marriage. What good is it me? It's not book. I can look at a pastor. I can go online to look at advice for marriage. But to me, it's street smarts to look at my parents' relationship and see how that fucked up. To be like, damn, let me make sure that shit don't work for me. That's street knowledge, because that's not something that somebody can verbatim just say. That's a whole specific situation. Same thing with when it came to like dealing drugs and shit like that with anybody that I knew who was doing that. Like that's knowledge that I have. That's not the type of man that I wanted to be. I didn't want to be like that, but I wanted to be a provider. I took knowledge of any type of trade or hustle to make myself be what I feel like an ideal man would be, which is a provider and a man of strength, and a man of
logic and deductive reasoning.
I think street knowledge is broad. It's broad, and I think you narrow-minded men are being very narrow-minded when I say that. Very narrow-minded.
Every time you explain the nature of a man, they don't get it. That's why they don't get it.
Nature of a man, I feel like the nature of a man.
That's why they don't get it.
I feel like the nature of a man comes from a woman. Comes from a woman. Like I feel like
Well, can y'all take accountability for everything then?
Of course.
Can y'all sit up here?
But wait.
No, you gonna make that goddamn statement.
Hold up. If
you just made that statement,
Let me explain.
Alright, hold up. Let me say this real quick.
Okay.
Cause you responded to what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to reiterate what I just said.
Okay.
If that's the case, can you take accountability for all fucking things that's going on there? Cause I know as a man, I want to hold my motherfucking L's. I want to hold my accountability as a fucking man. I want to. Would y'all agree? Could we hold our L's and could we hold accountability up for the shit that we do as men? Could we do that shit? And we be alright with that shit? Could we do that shit?
Women gonna leave.
We can let them go through a list and we can do this. We can hold L's and A's up for our shit. Guaranteed. But guess what? She just said some shit that's gonna put all the pressure back on the women.
Well, hold up.
Okay. She just put a lot of shit on women. So when she just made that statement, she gotta hold all accountability for everything that's going on.
Am I allowed to
Are you willing to hold that motherfucking weight? Go ahead.
I'm gonna count.
No, hold on. No. She gotta go first. She got to. She made the statement.
She default.
So what I mean by that is, I don't think a man can teach you how to love a woman. You have to learn that from a woman.
That's wrong.
You have to learn that from a woman.
That's wrong.
How?
That's right and wrong.
How's another man gonna teach you how to love a woman?
That's right and wrong.
I only say that because.
So, but what I'm saying is that when I mention street smart, it is broad. It is a broad statement. It is a broad thing. It's not narrow-minded to what you guys are putting it in the sense of drugs or whatever it is you want to call it.
You say that in 30
So,
minutes.
experience, yes, but I also feel like, back to what you were saying, your father. That's what I'm saying. Like, in today's time, because of what he said, I'm basing off what I'm saying off of today's time.
Mm-hmm.
In today's time, it is a very dangerous thing for you to say that you're getting all this information from
My
your
father?
brothers. No. Your brothers.
Father is a part of the brotherhood.
Wait. Because
I'm
that's the aspect that you guys didn't throw in there. When I think of brotherhood.
What I said? My bad. But I said that.
I think of brotherhood. Okay. I think of the people you go to the club with, the people you know what I'm saying, you chop it up with. I don't think of your father.
I kind of
let me
because only thing that you said, like you said, the father. Like when I gave my example, I said about like my own parents' relationship and how that like okay, and I didn't dwell on that, but I said like I learned from my people's relationship. They got divorced. I learned from my father how he moved in his adolescence as an adult, living with his mom, and then being a married man. And like I took that from my perspective, and then see how my dad his marriage failed. I'm taking that in efforts like okay, he worked hard and he provided, but that wasn't enough. So that's me looking at that like, okay, just providing for a woman is not enough. You have to be like my father was not emotionally there for my mother. I understand that. He gonna say that. Now I'm saying that to what you saying because about the trap shit. I am making no reference to like just no drugs or something. I'm saying about how you treat a woman, and I get what you're saying about a woman should teach you how to treat another woman, but at the same time I can learn from what like my father had already said out his own mouth, like this I was emotionally unavailable because of, and once again I
agree with that.
And so my only instance is saying like to rebuttal you is that I don't have to say about trap shit. I can say about personal shit, but even with men we can learn that, but what good does that do? Because I mean at the end of the day we can know how to treat a woman and we can know how to flip a brick. But at the end of the day, both having knowledge of that can only do us so good, and it's going to do us the same bad as well. We could court a woman to the fullest extent, learning that shit from men or other men of stature, but if the woman in herself does not want to be courted in that way, like what good is that? And vice versa, like what good is us sitting here trying to provide, you know, for a woman who, you know, she is doing all that, and let's say we is doing like trapping or doing some other shit, but we we getting away with that shit, but it's like the same flip about it. Like I'm just trying to see like where's.
Okay, I'm gonna counter before we have more men. I appreciate the men being able to have. No, I'm really not. I appreciate you guys having the conversation you're having, but going back to Ash's point, I think that a man's root where he learns what he should discern to be like is God. That's one. God made man in his image. Whether or not you believe in God or not, it doesn't matter. That's my moral belief. And I believe that if men would strive more to be God-like, to represent that energy that was instilled in them from the moment of their making, I feel like we would have a different climate. I appreciate you guys having all your opinions, but I think that the root of it, going back to when you talked about the extreme relationship breakdown that you gave and stuff, I think that the root of all those things, even if in your mind you see it as logical, is quite honestly an apology. I understand that's a very hard thing for men to do.
I get what you're saying.
But I'm saying that there is some hurt that, okay, well, hey, look, I'm saying there is some hurt that men have embedded on a lot of women, which has changed the tone and the nature of how women act.
That is very true.
And I think
this rhetoric is dangerous, man. Fuck that shit, man. Hold on,
let me finish. Let me finish. I'm not asking, hold on. What I'm asking you to be is to be hold on. Can y'all, goddamn. I'm not asking you to be a beta by asking you to take accountability. No, I'm not. In order for you to tap into your true masculinity and to be a man in the full
you don't know how to be no man. You gotta
hold on, back up. Cause y'all done said a lot of shit here. And I understand to my brotherhood and shit, but if your brother's blind, hold on. If your brothers are blind, you are blind.
Women in general,
can you let I hear you. As a woman, I've had to do some digging myself. I'm still digging. But I'm saying that in general, and even if my statement was wrong, I know that what I said was so far left. I said it to start a conversation. I'm aware of that. It's not genuinely, authentically, 1000% exactly how I feel. It's to put out a point of a feeling that I have been experiencing. What I'm saying to men, to be a masculine man is to be accountable. Is to not be afraid to be vulnerable. I'm saying that if there are mistakes that are made, hey, as a man, I recognize that my walk, whether it be led by my conversations with my brothers, what I've been seeing, what's been in my face, what's been on my feed, my walk has not been true to my nature as a man. So to a woman, I'm going to choose you, I'm going to honor you, and I'm going to apologize for any of my mishaps as a man because I know that I am the leader of this situation. Is that too hard? Is that because then you're not, to me, the opposite of that, doing anything other than that is being a fucking beta and is being a motherfucking bitch. And I'm not saying that's what you are. I was not talking about you.
I go on camera and agree with her on that because, like the same instance, it takes a real man to sit here and be like, I fucked up my marriage. I'm the reason why we got divorced. I'm the reason why I had to spend. But that's my issue. Why I say I agree.
Men don't say that. If a man say that,
see, I'm not even gonna say all that. I'm not getting into all that because that does not matter. That does not matter. It matters when a person can admit, like you said, accountability when they wrong. Does it matter if a woman or man I can take accountability in every relationship I've been in where I've been the wrong person. I don't have to bring up what the woman did. I don't have to bring up when she had 35 niggas on her line or where she was the most popular person or where she was the most I don't have to sit here and bring up, but I don't have to bring up. But once again, I don't have to sit here and be like, oh, well, she was this, she was that. So therefore, by a logical standpoint, I don't have to sit here and do that. I know that, like shit, if I want to keep a woman like this, I have to keep a certain type of standard like this. Because when I met her, she was like this. When I got her, she was like, damn, I don't even fuck with niggas like you like that. But something about you was different.
Well, based on that, can I ask a question? Just one question.
Go ahead,
I want it for all the men just to answer. Have you ever heard a woman?
Have I ever heard a woman?
Have you ever heard a woman? Yes or no?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Have you ever heard a woman?
Hell yeah. Therapy and all.
Have you ever heard a woman? I'm asking you a question.
But what the fuck do that mean?
Have you ever heard a woman to the point where she was groveling, crying, acting out of her nature based on the actions that you taken? Have you ever heard a woman? Have you ever heard a woman? Yes or no?
I guess, yeah. All right.
Teddy, have you ever heard a woman?
Damn, why you looking at
Have you ever? It's not a hard question. I'm asking for you guys to be vulnerable.
When she said,
have you ever heard a woman?
I have, yeah.
You have. Have you ever heard a woman, Matt?
Our producer.
Oh, you said hurt.
Hurt a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Our producer said hurt.
Go ahead. Okay, now I'm gonna flip and ask the asking women a question, and it's not, and I just yes or no.
Start with going this way.
Having context. Have you ever heard a man where you had him groveling, change his behavior, crying the whole nine? Have you ever heard a man where you had him groveling?
What about you, Kirsten?
Same thing.
Okay, so what was the point of that?
Same thing. The reason why I'm asking this question is going back to the fact that there is a cycle effect that takes place. When a woman hurts a man carries a chip on his shoulder, and in essence, he hurts every other woman following.
Lie.
It's very true.
Lie.
I say it like this: if my dad if my dad, let's say, is fucking with some woman, and I want her daughter, right? However, my dad treats. Listen. Follow me, and go down the road. Follow me and go down the road. Follow me and go down the road. Follow me for a second and go down this journey, right? Get with me. Hold with me.
Keep it in the family.
Hold with me. Cause see, they wanna act funny, but they wanna act like in real life this shit don't never happen. Okay, I got you.
Wow.
So, alright, my bad. Alright, my bad. Let's put it in more realistic situation. I know y'all. If y'all don't feel with this, then I guess y'all mama ain't got no friends. So, your mama, right, got her female friends who got a daughter that y'all, your mama got a friend and she got kids. All dudes in this room, no matter what, know how that go down. That ain't your fucking cousin. That's not your fucking sister. We already know. We grown ass men. We already know how that shit from the sandbox go. I done heard a lot of niggas saying that. If y'all don't want to admit it, that's it. Niggas be like, hey, shit, I didn't know that shit's just a sandbox. That pussy.
But what's the point, though?
The point I'm making is this. If the sandbox. I say that to say this.
For the streets.
If the sandbox, if from the beginning that I know either my mom or my father has set a standard, or let's say like my father is dating this woman, dealing with this woman. Once again, follow me. If he has set a standard of how to treat women, right? If I know my father has made a woman cry or whatever like that, but I know he done got his way, like he got track hearts, he got fucking charges and shit, he got women paying bills or whatever, he treat them like absolute shit. Hold up, this is where I'm going. Yeah. See, y'all keep interrupting me. It's making it long-winded.
It's not making no sense. You just come here.
My bad. If I had bad learning from the beginning, all I'm gonna do is do the same bad shit. So if I know my father's sitting here out here pimping women like that, all that's gonna do is for me is make me a pimp, and they're also gonna have the women that they have, like the daughters they have. They're gonna learn that same bad behavior. Same thing when women see that the mamas get beat and shit like that. Sometimes some women be like, I'm not gonna deal with that shit. Some women gonna be like, that's just how relationships is. At the end of the day, my point is this: however you see that your parents is going, that's how you gonna go. Either way, you gonna be like, I don't want to deal with that, or that's what's normal. That's at the end of the day, that's how it is. Mm-hmm. If you see that your mama getting beat, you either gonna be like, damn mama, stop getting your ass whooped, or it's like, damn, maybe that's how adult relationships is. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, whatever you see the higher person above you deal with, that generation is going to learn that behavior and it's going to trickle down. If I see my dad being a pimp, not giving a fuck about women's real emotions, and he's getting all these benefits from not giving a fuck, I'm going to learn, damn, I don't have a give a fuck about these women's emotions. Hold on.
No,
I'm not saying
it's
good. I'm saying I already know these bad emotions. It's going to still dictate me this. And the women's like, damn, this man may beat my ass, but shit, he buy me a Birkin bag every now and then. Shit, I'ma deal with that shit. I'm saying that's learned behavior from generations before. That's
right. I'm saying going back to the kumbaya. Oh, you don't want to go back to the kumbaya? We don't have to.
No.
Oh, going back to the kumbaya, what I was trying to get at was a vulnerable moment. Mm-hmm. Because in general, what I'm saying is that what women are feeling and men are feeling are not far left of one another. Yeah. I think that the reason why you have so many podcasts where men are talking about stuff and so many podcasts where women are talking about stuff is because at the root of it, we want each other, but there's a disconnect. And I think it's because there's a lack of accountability on both sides. The reason why you got women who pimping men doing all this is because the attitude is, well, shit, they been shitting on me for so long, man, fucking get what you gonna get, call it a day. The reason you got men fucking over women as much as they are is because, man, they ain't give a fuck about me back then, so now that I got a little something, I'm gonna just have fun. My point is that if the attitude, and I don't know who's going to start it. I know for me, I'm going to start it. But if the attitude would shift in the sense that everybody take a little bit more accountability and say, you know, the truth is, I talk all this shit, I post all this stuff, I do all that because I just want to be loved. That's it. I just want somebody to love me. I want to be loved. I want to be in a healthy relationship. That's all it takes.
We can buy pussy, y'all can't buy love. That's the end of the day. We want pussy, y'all want love. We can go in the street corner and buy some pussy. Like you talking about
let me lay the home run.
You want to sit here and go, you want to go all deep in that home run. If I know I make $1 million and I know like the bitch I look like being off come to be real. You want a bitch to love you for all your insecurities or whatever, that's cool, whatever. But if you can bag a bad bitch, you know, like damn, if I make $1 million and the bitch costs like $1,000 to fuck and she clean or whatever, like niggas gonna do that. Niggas do that now. So I'm just sitting here just trying to be like what about the love shit? Like niggas don't care about love.
Back to a man and a boy.
That's true.
But I'm saying back to this.
But most men.
Let me close it.
Please, cause y'all.
Let me close it. The disconnect between men and women is the nature. It's it, bro. If you don't fuck with the nature, you're gonna have these motherfucking conversations about everything. Go back to the fucking nature of a man and go back to the nature of a woman. And when you in line with the nature of a man, and when you in line with the nature of a woman, when you come together, it's magical, man.
Okay, give an example.
Easy.
Describe what it should look like.
Easy.
In your mind.
Easy. In my mind?
In your mind.
Hey, no, we ain't going there.
I'm saying, what should it look like?
I'm gonna keep my shit general. Because I don't want to go that deep. But when a woman is her nature, and when a man is in his nature, they complement each other. You know why? Because both understand. It's understanding both fucking ways. What is understanding both motherfucking ways? Everybody got a role. Every role is fucking powerful. Everybody feel elated to do their fucking role.
What does that look like?
I ain't telling you personally because you asked me.
No, it don't have to be you explaining for yourself. I'm saying if you had to come up with fictional characters,
what does that
look like?
You ever seen a successful relationship?
I have seen a successful relationship.
Have you ever seen the essence of a relationship, a good relationship?
Mhm.
You should know what I'm talking about. It shouldn't even be
it's not about that. We got people looking at the
back
camera.
to what I said about a man getting his strength from a woman. Because what you talked about,
I don't think that.
I think that, but I need her to go in on that though.
Strength from a woman, and I don't mean in terms of just being a man. I mean in terms of relationship wise.
It's everything.
No.
I'm gonna protest you on that.
You be trying to put a broad paintbrush on everything.
You know why?
Can't.
No,
what
hold
I
up.
mean is when you get with a person, you have
Can
to
I ask a question?
Let me finish.
Alright.
When you get with a person, you have to teach that person how to love you. And so
Never mind.
no, but really, like the standards in which your mother may go for may not be the standards in which the woman that you're supposed to be with goes for.
I question love. I question love
That's
then.
true.
I question love then. What's the barometer of love? Well, like, how do we dictate? How do we mandate? How do we measure? How do we measure love?
Everybody has their own love language.
Alright then, so how can you say what you just said?
But that's my point. That's why you have to have that woman that you're with teach you how to love you.
So women got all the love. So women got the listeners on love.
It's vice versa.
So that's what I'm asking you.
It's listening on both parts.
Exactly. It's communication.
You don't think so?
It's open dialogue.
I want to know what love is. Like, what's the barometer? How we measure this shit?
That's all I can tell you.
How we
Love
measure
for
this
me,
shit?
the best way
For
that I
you,
can measure love.
is
You
it the
can't measure
definition?
love. Like you can't.
So
love is supposed to be unconditional. You can't measure that.
So we
You
should
can't
use
measure
another
that.
word.
And so,
use another
no,
word.
I'm not gonna use another word. What I said is what I said. What I'm saying
It ain't
is
real then.
what I'm saying. It's not.
I can't describe. Can you describe the feeling of being in love?
What I'm saying
I can't.
is.
I can't
That's
describe
It's
that
so
shit.
different, but everybody gonna have a different motherfucking
But
definition.
nobody can describe it.
will.
It's indescribable.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we can't use the fucking
being in
general
love
as a whole.
You can't
No, you
explain
can't.
that.
You can describe describe it. You can describe it based on your experience.
And your personal.
But my point is, there's a bottom line. There's a generality that comes with love, and that is having an honor and respect and admiration
and being
for the person
you're.
Hold on, I'm like, Ashley, I'm about to lose my mind.
So, do you believe in marriage? Do you
my
ever see yourself being married?
My head hurt.
I'm
Do you ever
asking
see
you a
yourself being
question.
married?
Do you ever see yourself being married?
What, in the societal sense?
Yes or no, bro. It's yes or no.
Yes or
Marriage,
no.
Nigga, I'm gonna quantify my
Yes or
shit.
no. Yes or no.
If you
Y'all
gonna
are-
tell me yes or no, I ain't gonna answer.
Okay,
I think y'all men on this panel will give them a whole bunch to talk about.
so
For real.
Wow,
That's
I don't
what
like
I'm
being.
saying.
I don't like being generalized with other motherfuckers.
I ain't no
when it's like
traditionalist.
when
I ain't
everybody
no
else says
traditionalist.
shit,
You don't
I
have to
say,
be.
I'm
You
like,
don't have to be.
Y'all
Y'all
believe in
know
marriage
y'all
in a
know.
traditional
No,
sense?
y'all
Fuck
gotta
no.
say-
So, in your idea of marriage, do you see
She just
yourself
sat
being
here saying
married?
about trap shit,
And what is your idea of marriage?
That's why I wanna quantify it. In a general sense, fuck no.
My whole point was,
General
I said
sense
something
being
about
you turn
learning
what?
about from relationship to
When you go down, when you gotta get paperwork and all that bullshit and all that, I know in the general sense, no, I don't believe in that bullshit.
Okay, so your idea of marriage.
But I know
is what?
women love validation, so I know
Your
that
idea of
the
marriage
validation
is
for
what?
it.
That's the thing, like.
Your
It's not
idea of
about
marriage.
validation.
Well, I know
Why
the
is it
marriage.
so
I know
cruel?
marriage is the merge. I know the root. I know the root word of the.
But why
I
is
know
it
the
so
root cause.
cruel
I know-
to? Okay, let me ask this
It's the
question.
merge.
Because I saw a lot of men shaking their head and stuff. Why is it so crude to want to go so far out of your way to marry a woman in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the law? What is
I
so
don't believe
difficult?
that shit.
Hey, hold on, back up. Keep the camera on. Keep the camera on. No, because a lot of y'all men, I've seen your hands in this whole episode. I've seen where you guys are, and I respect where you are, but I'm saying if you honor someone, if you love someone, if you admire someone, if you would die for someone, why is it so painful? What is so hard about wanting to show that love in an official and an unofficial way? I don't understand that.
Okay.
Because if I love my person, I'm gonna keep talking, because y'all said a lot of crazy bullshit tonight. If I love somebody, there's nothing that person needs, or nothing that me and that person can't do. So I'm just trying to figure out this attitude, this energy that you guys are giving. I don't know if anybody's ever told you, it's fucked up. Because it explains a lot why a lot of y'all are in either bad relationships or not in a good relationship. No, it's not.
Hold on. All I'm trying to understand is, so you saying that men don't want to get on their knees and propose, or you saying when we propose we still have this wrong energy?
I'm saying that a lot of what you guys have said
tonight. I have a specific question because I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
I'm saying there's no limit to what you would do for the woman that you love. Whether that means going down to the courthouse to marry her, whether that means having a full-on fledged wedding,
this is
whether that means
He's talking. I'm trying to respond. He's saying something. I'm trying to respond to you. What I'm saying is, if I'm willing to propose and to go to the courthouse or whatever like that, what are you trying to say to me? When I'm willing to do that, what are you telling me?
I don't know. You say you're willing.
No,
because
I'm saying
to you. He said.
No. Because what you just said was about, you said both of men. You said, you generalized us. I know that we can go back on the camera, and I done got on my knees, proposed, and have said I want to go through this. I want to go through that. What you just said. So my answer is trying to understand when you're saying that do men not want to do that.
But you also but let's provide context. And I don't know if you meant it to be this way, and I apologize if it was
too much
received. But I'm saying I'm saying that the nature of the relationship that you described prior to saying I'm willing to get down on my knees was something that I would equate as being toxic.
Not willing to, that I did. Go ahead.
What you described in context to you saying I would get down on my knees was a toxic relationship.
Okay. I'm not going to agree on this.
So I'm saying to you that in general, what my answer was not even about that topic. My answer was to the cynical nature of the men on this panel so far tonight. I'm saying that when you love a woman, no different than these two people who are holding hands right now doing this fucking podcast together, there is no limit of what you would do for someone you love. I love my child. There's nothing I wouldn't do for my child. My mate, the person I've decided to commit my life to, there's nothing I wouldn't do for them. So he want to have a fucking extravagant wedding, and that's something we are in position to do. We're going to fucking do that. If you want to go to the courthouse, we can do that. If there's nothing I would not do, so I'm just trying to understand as men who say they're so open-minded and so tapped into their masculinity, why being married is such a disgusting topic. I don't understand.
But you just asked me about being a toxic, and I said I I cannot confirm or deny about that stipulation, but I'm still saying, like, off of what you said, I'm still listening and waiting for you to ask me a question. I told you that I was willing and I already got on my knee and wanted to propose.
It's not a question.
And then you told me that you said it was toxic. So I said, okay, cool. I'm not going to confirm or deny whether it's toxic. So I'm just still trying to understand from my male perspective, with her talking off of saying what I describe as toxic, where do I still stand as a male? You saying about this male this male cast, where do I stand off of going to what your original statement was saying about being
castration?
He's asking me a question.
Hold on, because I think it's a serious point in this conversation. My brother Kev, by me listening to the conversation, I think it's something deeper that's going on here, because I understand what Kirsten is saying, but when she say man, I know she's not talking about all men, because all men not the same.
I feel like she is.
But the reason why you think that way, because I think you're going through something else. No, and I'm being serious.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not going through nothing right now with the person I'm thinking about. That shit's been long and
I'm being serious.
But it's like the situation is like in my head where it's like I done been in that situation. So I'm trying to understand.
It's from past situations though that it brings up that spark and that argumentative attitude towards the situation.
When a woman wanted a man to get on his
knee,
do all that, and
it brings that up. And I understand that.
Did you really want to do that?
But you gotta see what she going through too, because she going through the same situation where, I mean, most men she was messing with, motherfuckers ain't no good, bro. So you gotta understand where she come from, where she just say, motherfucking man ain't no good, bro.
But I get that.
Hold on, but you can't try to argue that, bro.
I would never deal with a woman like that.
You can't try to argue that, bro.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm trying to understand if you saying that a man is not willing to get to this step, but a man has gotten to that step. What is your opinion on the man who has gotten to that step? Because from my perspective, you said no man will get to that step.
No man she dealt with got to that step, bro.
Actually, let me actually clarify, and I appreciate Teddy. Believe it or not, and I don't know if you recognize this, so we can roll footage back. And this is what I mean when I say him talking about past experience that spark up in you. When I referred to courtship, I never said anything about getting down on the knee and proposing to somebody. I was referring to courtship and conversation, approaching a woman and being intentional. Mm-hmm. I was never talking about marriage because, in my opinion, going back to the original point, marriage is not the definitive answer, especially if the relationship itself was not a good one. And now marriage is the last resort. Here, hey, all right, I'm willing to marry you now.
That's right.
All I'm trying to say is, and I get it, we're all different people. Everybody don't have the same intention, whatever. Y'all heard me say some vulgar things. You also are hearing me saying, hey, look, I'm just trying to weed my way through this life. But what I'm trying to say is, in general, that I think that the energy that has been reciprocated is that there is an issue when it comes down to a man being vulnerable and being able to acknowledge the fact that he is open and willing to love. You made a comment something about men just want to get pussy, but at the same time hearing your tone, I don't think that's exactly true. I think that there's a desire and a longing in everybody's voice in this panel to have some real companionship. But I think that there's a brick wall with everybody. I'm willing to acknowledge mine. I'm willing to say that I'm trying to get through that. But I just don't understand. I don't understand the tone. Maybe because I'm not a man, but I don't understand the cynical tone when it comes down to wanting to be with a woman. You say, I'll never be with a woman like that. Truthfully speaking, I'm a wonderful woman. I have issues, and it takes a very strong man to be able to help me through those issues.
You heard that? Very strong.
And you know what? I'm gonna go off of what she just said.
But you know, I'm going back to one second.
Because I had something that I said.
No, but hold that.
No, I'm not gonna hold shit.
No, real quick. Aaron Strawman. Real quick. It's a joke. It's literally 5 seconds. When he cracked a joke about very strong man, I wasn't talking about very strong man in the physical. I'm talking about very strong man and the ability to be vulnerable and
forthright
forthright with the woman.
A man with street knowledge.
To accept your toxicity.
No,
that's what it is, dog.
I'm not. But no, you're reflecting it back on me. You're reflecting it back on me. I'm saying. So tonight's episode was very deep. I think that everybody felt 1,000 different ways. And to Teddy's point earlier, everybody had to revisit parts of their life that I think that sometimes we think we're through, but we always carry something from our past. So, in essence, I just want to say to all the lovers out there, there's hope. And in general, I think that as we all spend time around one another, as women and men, there's a commonality and understanding that we'll have at some point. And yeah, I think that's it for this week. I feel good. Y'all feel good?
This is dedicated to the
Yeah. Gotta look up to us, nigga, no pill. Cool clouds, fire proposition.
Skybox view, I'm a young Jerry Jones, getting money, getting stoned, putting my niggas on, making sure our business on the top where we belong.